Hey everyone, welcome back to H Blues Word. I'm Stacey Brewer, and on this show, we break down the trending headlines and we hold space for truth. And when it comes to this Diddy trial, we are definitely holding space for accountability and definitely community healing. Now, today we're getting into day 15 of this Diddy trial, and let me tell you, this one confirmed a lot of what we already suspected. I mean, we're talking bribes when it came to that infamous hotel surveillance footage. And of course, that means hush money. And remember this phrase, Eddie, my angel. Now let's get into it. So Eddie Garcia, he's a former security guard at the InterContinental Hotel, and he did not want to testify. Let's just be clear with that. In fact, he tried to plead the fifth the day before, but the judge wasn't having it. So he was compelled to take the stand and was indeed offered an immunity deal. Now listen, when somebody wants to plead the fifth, you have to know that they're about to come with some tea, some goods. And his tea was definitely piping hot. But before he even got on the stand, the courtroom was hot and filled with chaos because there was this woman who had to be removed by U.S. Marshals for yelling, "Diddy, these MFers are laughing at you." And then there was a man who was banned for doxing Mia, the victim testifying under a pseudonym by revealing her real name on his YouTube channel. Now, let me just say, he should be ashamed of himself. And it's good that he was indeed banned, because to me, it's disgusting what some people will do online in order to get clicks. So thankfully, the court took swift action with him. Now, the prosecution also announced that they plan to perhaps introduce Diddy's recorded jail calls into evidence, because apparently, since the defense wanted to slide that birthday video of Mia into the court at the last minute, the door is now apparently open for those calls to also come in. And from what I gather, and from what I've heard, those calls show Diddy perhaps encouraging his kids to post certain things on social media, likely to manipulate the narrative. And who knows? There could be more evidence of alleged obstruction of justice or witness tampering or even witness intimidation, but we shall see. Now back to Garcia, the InterContinental security guard. He was working for $10.50 an hour. Yes, $10.50. So when Diddy's chief of staff, Kristina Khorram, also known as KK, when she reached out to him in March of 2016, she wanted access to the surveillance footage. This is that same hotel where the now infamous video of Diddy and Cassie was recorded. And y'all, I had a feeling this had to do with that video when he took that immunity deal. And day 15 confirmed it. Garcia knew a crime had been captured on that video, and so he was worried that Cassie might press charges. So he told KK to go through hotel management or get a subpoena. Now, KK didn't like that answer at all. So she showed up to the hotel in person, then put Diddy on the phone. Now, Diddy told Garcia he wanted to actually pay for the video and he would take care of him. Now, Garcia called his boss, who said, "Okay, cool, we'll sell it for 50 grand. So what happened? Garcia's boss downloaded the footage to a USB, and Garcia met Diddy at a high-rise. Now, Diddy asked if it was the only copy and even asked for their IDs. Now, Garcia brought along guard Flores. Now, you may remember him. He was the first witness in this trial. And remember, he secretly recorded the video so he could show his wife, and it was his version of the video that was shown to the jury. So there you have it. But anyway, Garcia knew Flores was by the book, so they didn't hand his ID to Diddy. But then get this. Diddy FaceTimed Cassie, told And Cassie told Garcia that she actually wanted the video gone as well because she had a movie coming out and she didn't want that footage to ruin her moment. That's what she told him. Now, Diddy had Garcia sign an NDA, a declaration confirming that he was the only one with the copy. Again, remember Flores. I guess Garcia didn't know Flores took a recording himself. Now, that NDA came with a $1 million liquidated damages clause. So basically, if Garcia ever spoke about the video, he would owe Diddy and his company $1 million. So now instead of 50 grand, Diddy paid 100 grand, and that was split between Garcia and the others. Now, Garcia only walked away with about $30,000, which honestly, he said he used to buy a used car. And let me remind you, this man was making $10.50 an hour. So that kind of cash would change his life, at least for that moment. I mean, let's be real. He probably needed that car. Now, Garcia said he also noticed afterwards that the hotel computer had no record of the video and there were no longer reports about the video. Now, Diddy even gave him a nickname. Like I said, Eddie, my angel. All because he helped Diddy bury that footage. Now, Garcia admitted he initially lied to law enforcement about the whole thing, but later came clean after realizing the NDA did not protect criminal activity. The defense tried to use that against him in a weird way, calling him a liar. But let's be honest, most people don't know they can break an NDA if a crime is involved. Now, once he knew the truth, he cooperated. And by the way, when the feds searched KK's phones at an Miami airport, they found Garcia's number in there listed as, wait for it, Eddie, my angel. There were also photos of all their IDs. Now, that's what you call corroboration, period. Now, next up was Derek Ferguson, the former CFO of Bad Boy Entertainment. He took the stand with literally receipts. Okay. Ferguson handled both Diddy's business and personal finances. Now, jurors were shown 3 December 2011 wire transfers. That's $20,000 from Diddy to Cassie, $20,000 from Cassie's father to Diddy, and then $20,000 back from Diddy to Cassie's father. Now, why is this important? Because it aligns, it corroborates with the extortion Cassie's mom testified about a few weeks ago, right after Diddy allegedly found out about Cassie and Kid Cudi. Now, on cross-examination, the defense got Ferguson actually to admit he has never seen Diddy commit a crime. He also said he didn't see the business engage in trafficking or forced labor. The defense also tried to, I guess you could say, shift blame to Arista, who's the parent company of Bad Boy Records, claiming they actually managed a lot of Diddy's finances. And they actually also brought up Diddy's issues with Diageo, trying to suggest, I guess, his business affairs were complicated. But let's not lose the main focus of the plot here. The defense seems to like to distract us from that main plot, but this is the plot. Those $20,000 transfers matter, especially if we've got emails from Diddy's team allegedly demanding the money. Now, on redirect, the prosecution clapped back with the company organization chart. And guess who was listed as CEO? Of course, Diddy. And guess what? The buck stops there. KK and Mia were both on the chart as well. Finally, they asked Ferguson if he's ever stayed in a hotel room with Diddy. Of course, he said no. Now, the prosecution might have been hinting you weren't around for everything, so he wouldn't necessarily know if illegal activity was happening. Now, the defense tried to spin it again on recross, saying, well, that's because his hotel room is his personal business, right? Now, the prosecution objected, of course, and the judge actually sustained. So yeah, the hotel may be personal, but let's not act like personal and business didn't overlap in Diddy's world, allegedly. And KK was involved in both, it seems. So was Mia, according to her, and other assistants, according to them. So that in essence blurred the line, and that's key in a racketeering case. So what's next? We have day 16, it's coming, and we are expected to hear from another victim. This time she's being referred to as Jane, and her testimony is supposed to take the rest of the week. Now, this trial isn't slowing down anytime soon, it seems. So day 15 was major. You had bribes, NDAs, deleted footage, and Eddie Garcia, aka Eddie My Angel, pulling back the curtain on how far Diddy allegedly went to bury the truth. Now, the prosecution, you can argue they are building a consistent picture of cover-ups, intimidation, and organized criminal behavior. And we're only halfway through. Now, I'll be here breaking it down one day at a time. And thank you for joining me on H Blue's Word. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, share. Now, until next time, stay informed, stay grounded. Peace.